Chris Brown is the most talented artist that has ever lived. And when I said that Chris Brown was more talented than Michael Jackson, folks got mad at me. And when folks said that, there was like, Michael Jackson stood on the stage and made people cry. Michael Jackson has these 3 great albums that are all classic in the top 5 of all time. All of those things are true. In a time that has changed, right? Where anybody can make an album, where you could put it out any kind of way. Chris Brown has put out albums with 45 songs. Chris Brown went to South Africa twice and sold out a stadium. Every place he's gone here has sold out. People paid thousands of dollars to take a picture with him. And I think it was Drewski said he's the Michael Jackson of this era. I totally agree. Chris Brown is going to be one of those people that the teenagers of this era, the young 20s and late 20s of this era talk about to their grandkids. And they're gonna say, at our time, we had this man named Chris Brown, and he could dance like nobody else. He could arrange music like nobody else. He would rap. He would fly from the Raptors. He would backflip. He could sing. He could do all of these things. And oh, by the way, every woman that goes to the concert, 90% of them would leave their man at the concert by themselves if he told them to come with them. Chris Brown, by far, is the greatest artist that we have ever had. He's the greatest entertainer that's ever stepped on the stage. I think Beyonce is up there with him. I think Michael Jackson is up there with him. But sitting at number 1, it's Chris Brown.
It's pretty gay. It's pretty gay, man. Might as well just fit Breezy's in his whole mouth. It's like, it's weird seeing a man defend Chris Brown. That is a heterosexual man as well. Because basically all he said is that Chris Brown can dance and he got the bitches. So he better than Michael Jackson. So it would make sense that, you know, a female would come up here and say Chris Brown is the greatest ever, which is preposterous. And this ain't the first celebrity out here, you know, polarizing figure to come out here and spit this blasphemy. Because I don't know the accolades. I don't know the records. I don't know the billboards. I don't know the numbers. I don't know the Grammys. I don't know none of that. The only thing I know for sure is that Michael Jackson, to this day, has the highest selling album of all time. Say that again. Michael Jackson has the highest selling album of all time before social media. If I had a mic, I got an orange drop. But mic drop, dog. That's all I gotta say, man. But look, we got ChatGPT to come out here and just put this conversation to bed right now. Cause it ain't even, there's like, objectively, there's no comparison. I guess subjectively there's a comparison because motherfuckers is retarded and motherfuckers just want Breezy's dick. You know what I'm talking about? There's that. Like Chris Brown got dudes paying $1,200 to take a picture with him, bro. Like motherfuckers just Bro, could you imagine Michael Jackson dropping during the age of social media? Would nobody be able to sell nothing? Anyway, compare Chris Brown and Michael Jackson's careers. Who objectively is the best artist based on the numbers, charts, concerts, awards, records sold, etc. Record sales and digital footprint. Chris Brown has sold over 140 million records worldwide, one of the best-selling artists overall. Over 114 and a half million digital singles certified in the US, most of any R&B singer. Total album sales include over 40 million albums worldwide, with 18 million in the US. So Chris Brown got 140 million records worldwide. One of the best selling artists of all time. Songs. 114 and a half million digital singles certified in the US. Most of any male R&B singer. He gonna have that because Michael wasn't digital. That motherfucker was manual. You gotta go take your ass to the motherfucking store to buy his album. That's the only way you can get it. Wasn't no Spotify, wasn't no iTunes, none of that. You had to buy the goddamn album. Total albums sold, 40 million albums worldwide with 18 million in the US. All right. Michael Jackson, estimated lifetime sales exceed 500 million records worldwide. Let's say that again. 500 million records worldwide. His landmark album Thriller alone sold around 66 million copies globally. One of Michael Jackson's albums outsold Chris Brown's entire discography. The fuck are we talking about? Before social media, bruh. Before social media, bruh. I know this record off the top of my head. Chris Brown got more albums out than Michael. Chris Brown got more songs out than Michael. Michael did more with less, with no internet and less albums, less songs, and sold 5 times as many fucking songs as Chris Brown did globally before social media, and had one album, Thriller, that outsold Chris Brown's entire discography, dog. And we ain't even talking about what that album was, bro. Thriller. Chris Brown could never. Chris Brown ain't innovating, imitating, dog, and no disrespect, respectfully, bruh. Michael Jackson innovated the entire music industry. Nobody had ever seen anything like Michael Jackson before Michael Jackson pulled up and took the fucking world by storm. We see Chris Brown. We seen that before. Matter of fact, we know where he got that shit from. Choreography's on point, busting backflips and shit. But we seen that before. All these motherfuckers you see everywhere are Michael Jackson's kids that they cannot outperform even with the advantage of social media. Let's continue. Chart records and milestones. Chris Brown holds the most top 40 hits for any R&B singer in history. Holds records. Oh, hold on. We gotta go. Hold on. We gotta go to Chat GPT's consensus verdict and sheer volume. Michael Jackson's sales 500 million far outpace Chris Brown's 140 million. All right, chart records and milestones. Chris Brown. Chris Brown holds the most top 40 hits for any R&B singer in history. Holds records for the most RIAA gold and multi-platinum singles among male singers. First R&B artist in history to have 100 entries on the Billboard Hot 100. Holds the longest number one streaks of R&B / hip hop airplay. No Guidance, 27 weeks, which was a feature with Drizzy. And Go Crazy, 28 weeks. All right. Michael Jackson achieved 13 Billboard Hot 100 number ones. Number ones. First artist with a top 10 Hot 100 single in 5 different decades as a soloist, and 6 including his Jackson 5 era. Holds numerous historic records. Thriller, one album, spawned 7 top 10 singles. Bad produced 5 number one singles. And You Are Not Alone was the first song to debut at number one on the Hot 100. Guinness dubbed him the most successful entertainer of all time. ChatGPT, the verdict: Michael Jackson holds more groundbreaking Hot 100 milestones and sustained chart domination. Chris Brown shines with prolific R&B specific achievements and record-breaking search. Okay. Dub Michael Jackson, dog. Awards and honors. Chris Brown has won approximately 215 awards from 544 nominations, including 2 Grammys, multiple BET Awards, Billboard Music Awards, ASCAP, BMI, MTV, Soul Train, iHeartRadio, and more. Among most decorated at BET and Soul Train Awards, and holds multiple Vivo certifications. Michael Jackson, 13 Grammy Awards, plus Grammy Legend and Lifetime Achievement Awards. 26 American Music Awards, including Artist of the Century and of the 80s. 40 Billboard Music Awards, 12 World Music Awards, 6 Brit Awards, among others. Holds 28 Guinness World Records for accomplishments like best-selling album ever, success as an entertainer, and famed music videos. ChatGPT's verdict: both artists are highly decorated, but Michael Jackson's total and prestige of awards are significantly higher. Touring and live impact. Chris Brown, one of the highest grossing African American tourist artists, grossing $166 million across 284 shows. 2006 to 2022, plus $34 million 2023 tour and $82 million 2024 tour. That motherfucker's getting a bag. $166 million, $34 million, $82 million, bro. God damn, bro, about $300 million in it. About 300, damn near close to 300 by like what, 270? What about 82? What about goddamn 116? Yeah, about 280 million. It's a lot. Michael Jackson, Guinness named him the most successful touring act ever, with remarkable sellouts: Tokyo Dome 21 times, Estadio Azteca 5, Wembley Stadium 15. This Is It documentary became the highest grossing documentary of all time in the record and concert films. Verdict: Chris Brown tours are highly profitable. However, Michael Jackson's live legacy includes historic global sellouts and cultural significance. He didn't give me no numbers for Michael Jackson though. So yeah, but Chris Brown definitely broke the bank. But I mean, you really can't put the monetary value into consideration with inflation and in times. You know what I'm saying? I wish they would have showed the numbers or whatnot, man. But you could just use his goddamn Super Bowl performance for that, bro. Like, K Dot. I think the stats are kind of conflicted because prior to K Dot doing what he did for Super Bowl, Michael Jackson had it. He was the most viewed halftime performance of all time. But you got to take social media into consideration. Michael Jackson had the highest viewed halftime performance before social media. Everybody had to tune in at a fucking TV all at once to watch that shit. Wasn't no replaying. I mean, social media magnifies everything like by 1,000, bro. Anyway, okay, summary comparison. Record sales. Michael Jackson, 500 million. Chris Brown, 140 million. Chart records. Michael Jackson, many historic number ones, multi-decade top tens. Chris Brown, extensive R&B chart dominance, high Hot 100 entry count. Awards. Grammys, lifetime honors, Guinness records for Michael Jackson. Chris Brown, numerous awards, especially in the R&B community. Tours. Michael Jackson, legendary global sellouts and top grossing films. Chris Brown, high grossing contemporary tours. Final take from ChatGPT. Objectively, Michael Jackson stands out as the more monumental figure in terms of global impact, record-breaking achievements, iconic milestones, and award prestige. Chris Brown, while a powerhouse of commercial success and R&B dominance, operates in a different era with different metrics and excels impressively within his domain. Michael Jackson cooked. Ain't even close. Entirely different galaxies, bro. I can't even name. No, I mean, I fuck with Chris Brown. Of course, he's talented and shit. He got slaps. I know if they play him. The ones I know, I'm gonna fuck with, bro. But he's a female. Females fuck with Chris Brown. You know what I'm saying? The majority of his fan base is gonna be females that pull up. That's why it's weird seeing a man go ham for some Chris Brown like that, dog. The bitches love Chris Brown, dog. Michael Jackson had, I'm about to say Michael Jackson had dudes passing out at his concerts, bro. But I'd imagine Chris Brown had some gay dudes passing out at his concert. You know what I mean? But, my girl asked me what time, if she knew my answer, she knew what my answer was gonna be, but she gonna extend the invite anyway, just to be courteous. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about she wanna go to the Chris Brown concert. Well, I ain't trying to be around a bunch of bitches screaming and a bunch of gays. Fuck I look like. That's for the women, right? Michael Jackson still alive? I'm pulling up, bro. I'm about to go watch Michael Jackson as perform. Is the greatest entertainer of all time. It wasn't female or male dominated, bro. Like MJ captivated the world. No matter how old you was, how young you was, where you was around the fucking world, what language you spoke. This is before social media, selling out concerts globally, bro. Like, what are we talking about? Thriller, Remember the Time, Black and White, dancing, dancing, dancing. Talking about, bro, come on. What are you talking about? What are we talking about, bro? Just like stupid, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't about to come out here and no, respectfully, Chris Brown is the GOAT of this era, right? But but come on, man. It's levels, dog. It's fucking levels, man. Anyway, we had to put that debate to bed, bro, because it's just blasphemy, dog. Am I trying to hear that shit? Hold on, I want to see Chris Brown's highest charting songs. Chris Brown billboards. 2 number 1 hits on the billboards. 120 songs, 17 top 10s on the billboards. Let's see. Michael Jackson Billboard. 13 number ones, 51 songs on the Billboard, 30 top 10s, bro. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about quantity, it's about quality. And the shit that matters is the shit that slap, dog. 30 top 10s, 13 number ones on the Billboards, bro. What we talking about? What we talking about? What we talking about, man? Case closed, bro. The defense rests.